lay past apartments in the creek. We have to tear it down next week. My nuts old flu shack out back so dear to her. Though the health department said it smelled like turtles were dead, it will be infamous in our memory. Please let us tear that stinking poo building down. Please help us tear that nuisance building down. Please let us tear that rotting poo bucket down. Please don't let another like this in any county or in town. So not very long ago, we saw her swimming through the sludge and went screaming to her boyfriend, the judge. They won't let me go and rest like a buzzard on its nest. And then he threw the order out of grudge. I would sing a happy tune, but need gas masks until noon as that toxic waste spews out again. She's a definite sot, and that voice should be forgot. To rich and poor it stings, irritating. Now it turned to a nightmare fair, but who could dream a future there if they are right in mind or sewage treatment kind? I would orbit around the sun to get away from lying nut spunk. Better yet, please send her there instead. It was a hobble to all, it would with the slightest windfall. The Kettle family found it in bad taste. It was just terrible, but her mouth was never shut. Her 911 calls were thrown away as waste.
Then they hung up on me.
So not very long ago, well not very long ago, we saw her swimming through. The Kettle family found it in bad taste. It was just terrible, but her mouth was never shut. Her 911 calls were thrown away as waste.
If you knew what that woman puts us through, a lot of stress for me and you. Her calls must soon cease, twice as long as war and peace. Mentioning one name, Hale, you would remember her. Her voice can shatter plexiglass and sounds worse. Two mules in heat from the action mating every night. She claims anguish, but she is nothing but a curse. My God, woman, please do not call, you're a blight. I just wish that we can just block her number and just charge her with wasting all our time. Yet she is everywhere but in the stir. Her eyes like nuns, they were crossed over. She calls us constantly, she can't remember. She reached 1,000 phone calls, now not even we believe them. It shows our system overloads when she sees halls. The poor little dog has just fleed them. We and her neighbors are getting so sick and telling her often to go play in heavy traffic. Can shatter plexiglass and sounds worse. Two mules in heat from the action mating every night. She claims anguish, but she is nothing but a curse. My God, woman, please do not call, you're a blight. I I just wish that we can just block her number and just charge her with wasting all our time. Yet she is everywhere but in the stir. Her eyes like nuns, they were crossed over. She calls us constantly and she can't remember. She reached 1,000 phone calls, now not even we believe them. It shows our system overloads when she sees halls. Their poor little dog has just fleed them. We and her neighbors are getting so sick and telling her often to go play in heavy traffic.
"76 phone calls to emergency. With 110 utilized did they see. Followed daily with calls flooding, blocking real emergencies. I wish this lunatic would stop, please." 76 phone calls were sent to us again, with 110 more calls before 10. Added more than 1,000 shifts to cover the drifts. Nuisance calls keep coming on in. There were complaints ranging from just bad to plain absurd, faster than bolts of lightning all times of the day. Double shifts we're forced to work, cause those dumb turds have perjured themselves in every way. There were 50 hang-ups before we had said hello. A fingernail on chalkboard, voice like before. Michelle, John, Jacob, Jingleheimer, Schmidt here again wants to report her neighbors for a loud snore. "76 phone calls, they don't know right or wrong. Wasting our resources for one more stinking day. Today blaming the neighbors, banging a Chinese gong that could be heard from 5 miles away. Hey! 76 more calls blew up the system, while the 110 of us wish they'd move on to vacation to catch a few base. For all of them, those 2 grifters stopped us, please remove. "76 phone calls blew out the system, while the 110 of us wish they'd move on to vacation to catch a few days. For all of them, those 2 grifters stalked us, please remove." Remove, remove, remove. Wish this will move. "76 phone calls blew up the system, while 110 of us wish they'd move on to vacation to catch a few base. For all of them, those 2 grifters stopped us, please remove.